Hey, this is the day that I'm going to give you some detailed information about myself in just a minute. But what I'm going to do now is try to explain to you what you see in the first part of this presentation. Self-employed income benefits is what I'm talking about. And I'm with a company called Wealth Transfer Alliance. So I'm going to give you details about that. And at the bottom, you see call or visit 1-301-328-4186.com. That's going to give you information in a video form about Wealth Transfer Alliance. Down at the bottom in the green says WTA Well, that's put that up front. Put that in your mind up front because at the bottom line of what we're asking you to do is to enroll into WTA, and that's what mean for you to enroll. Now, I'm going to not take a lot of time. I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can and give you as much information as I can. But I'm just also want you to know what we're presenting. A picture's worth to say 1,000 words. And what I'm trying to present now is to show you as a self-employed individual what you can do. You don't have any idea how many self-employed people there are in this town, but there are quite a few. And we're talking about all those persons in the nation of America, how many self-employed individuals that you can take advantage of with regards to the pay system that the Wealth Transfer Allowance has set up for persons that are self-employed. So if you're self-employed, then this opportunity cannot pass you because you're self-employed. Now you need to be self-employed and not employed and then tell us that you're self-employed. We want this to be honestly because if you tell us that you are self-employed and we find out later on through the process of what we're going to let you have, then they would break it up because they would find something that's not true. So make sure that the truth is on the table at all times, and then you're going to benefit from the process of having it there. Now watch this. Well, we're talking about major medical coverage at a group rate. This is for the persons that are self-employed that's going to complete a form. I'm going to show you a special form in a minute. Once we complete the special form and put it in to the persons that's going to let you have the health insurance, then those persons are going to do their research. And if they do the research and they find anything that's on you that's not true, like for instance, I'm going to show you the form that's on the form, then they're going to not honor what they said that they would do with regards to you getting group rate and major medical coverage at a group rate for a self-employed individual. Now look at the bottom in the whole white. It says no height or weight requirements, no tobacco. You can use tobacco, that's okay. You can have type 2 diabetes or any other pre-existing coverage. It doesn't matter. And your age requirement age is 18 to 64. That's the requirement. The age is the requirement. Nothing else is outside of the requirement of the process. If you're self-employed, now that's the major hurdle that you'd have to cross is to be self-employed. That's step one because they're not going to offer you the major medical at a group rate if you're not self-employed. So make sure that when you have us to complete the form for you, that you got that one thing covered, and no other information can be misguided. We're going to show that in a minute. I'm moving on. These are the various types of popular self-employment jobs. I would like for you to stop this information, and then you can see the drop-down windows, the little drop-down windows that give you detailed information, and also the form that we're going to be using. You see that at WTAbenefits.com. You see that form, but you can't complete the form yourself because you can't submit it. You'd have to have the proper identification in order for you to submit the form. So it's just to give you an idea of what it looks like. And then you make the phone call, and someone on my staff, will complete the form for you and submit it to the persons that it has to be submitted to. And then you're on your way with all things on the form but the truth. Okay, I'm moving on. Here again, we're just trying to give you an idea of the top 25 self-employment jobs that pay well. Okay, that pay very well. One of those jobs is with Wealth Transfer Alliance. It's a self-employment opportunity for you, and it pays very, 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 someone stop me, well in the process, but you may not have known about that. So that's what we put this here to let you know that you can qualify at Wealth Transfer Alliance to be paid that way. Again, we keep it on the over and over again to try to show you what you can have on opposed to what you have. And we can add on to what you have as a self-employed individual. So these are drop down windows to show you how to do that. You see one down here that say make 6 figures from home. Well, that's a drop down explaining that process. Okay, what is the earliest job to get paid for it? That's early. All this is on here. Which self-employment job is best? These are different kind of questions that they're asking, and the answers in the drop down. When you see the drop down, the answer to all these questions in the drop down. These are quite a few questions on the right and the left side. I'm not going to go through them with you. I just wanted to present them to you so you can see what you're looking for. Now, this is a form that I'm talking about. Give me your attention is just a presentation to ask you to give us your attention to get an understanding of what we're talking about. WTA enrollment form is what you see right up on the give me your attention. That's why you can enroll to become a business builder with wealth transfer allowance. And to become a business builder with wealth transfer allowance is to put you in a position where you can get paid 10 times every time you want to get paid, 10 times every time you want to get paid. But again, let me move on now to the form. This is a form that you'd have to complete, the Let's Get Started form. I'm going to show it to you again to show you how it looked without any information on it. Well, this information here is just to show you how it has to be accurate. You can't put anything on the form that's inaccurate, because once you do, it will jeopardize what you're trying to do for you to build your process and for you to get the benefits of the major medical health insurance at a group rate. That's the significance of the Let's Get Started form, is to give you, the self-employed individual, an opportunity for you to get the major medical health insurance at a group rate, which you may not have been able to get if you're not having the opportunity to put this information in the person's hand. Blue Shield is going to let you have that at the major medical rate, but you won't get it if you tell them something that's not true. Again, I'm keep showing you the same thing over and over again to show you why you want to do this. A self-employed job that allows you to be your own boss. Well, I'm my own boss, and you perhaps are your own boss. If you're self-employed, you consider to be your own boss doing whatever it is you're doing at the present time. Okay, and this is just to give an idea for you to start these data and just go through some of them, so you may find yourself in here looking at the same thing that you're doing as a self-employed individual. I don't know. You'd have to determine that for yourself. Now, again, I'm going to kind of fast for the self-employed person to give an idea. This is to give you a salary breakdown of the process, but well, there's some pretty high salaries on here for a self-employed individual. It all depends on what you're doing as a self-employed individual. The top self-employed jobs to consider, well, I don't know. I'm just giving you the information for you to decide what you want to do. I've already decided for myself, but I hope for you to make your own decision. Now, here's the form that I was talking about. Now, I'm going to kind of slow down on this, because this is how you get started as a self-employed individual with Wealth Transfer Alliance. In order to get the pay, then I'm going to show you the illustration of the kind of pay that you can earn with Wealth Transfer Allowance, and getting set up to Let's Get Started as a self-employed individual. Now, Donald James Woodbury is the name that you put your first and your last name on the form. You have to put in the correct phone number. You have to put in a accurate, correct email address. Your age has to be correct. It has to be between 18 and 64 years old, and it has the state of that you live in, and you have to answer the question, self-employed. If it's not yes, then you may not qualify, but pull the drop down, see the drop down, just pull the drop down and follow the instructions that you find there, okay? And you put your name. My name is David Richardson. The business builder name has to be on there. I am a business builder with Wealth Transfer Alliance. So my name would have to be on your form, or some other Wealth Transfer Allowance business builder advocate name would have to be on your form. At the bottom it says, please share this information with as many self-employed individuals who may wish to obtain group health insurance at a very low group rate. Well, if that's you, and you know someone else who can come up with you, then you can be paid from that individual. That's why it's so important for you to start this process off as a wealth transfer business builder in order for you to get paid all the benefits that's offered to you, and there's 10 different kind of paychecks that you can earn from. That's what we're talking about. Now I had to stop and get a drink of water. Okay, now let's go through what's in the center. Self-employed individuals must call us now for us to complete this form for you. We have to complete the form for you, because down under the form, down at the bottom, you can't see it here, there's a process that the advocate has to perform in order for your information to be submitted. You see, it has to be submitted in the process that it's supposed to be done, and it has to be truthful. So call in the two phone numbers that you see. The first number is a worldwide phone number. The second number is a nationwide phone number. And you can get us 24 hours a day on either number. The worldwide phone number at the top or the nationwide phone number at the bottom. We'll complete our WTA, Wealth Transfer Allowance, Let's Get Started form for you as soon as you call us for you to get paid. Okay, and thank you in advance for your reply. That's from me to you, because my name is David, and I'm sending this out for you to become a well-paid, self-employed business building advocate with Wealth Transfer Alliance. That's really what this is about. Here is the illustration I was talking about for the self-employed benefits for the person, and this is giving you an idea of you having given this information to at least 1,000 entrepreneurs, self-employed entrepreneurs. You see what your monthly income illustration could be. You see what your yearly income illustration could be, in addition to what you're now producing as a self-employed individual. And it could be even better. It all depends on you and what you know and what you do with what you know. That's what we're talking about. But this is just an illustration. I want you to stop this information and study it for yourself, get an understanding, and then decide what you're going to do. If you decide you want what we're offering, then you make the phone call and have the form completed and submitted, and then someone from the major medical health insurance company are going to call you and set the process up for you to start getting the benefits. Okay, again, online education is what we're giving you. Call the phone number, and we're going to give you all the information that you need to get the completing the form, and the education will be completed once you do that. Okay, now just a few more places to go. The self-employed individual. I keep showing this over and over and over again in order for you to see, but I'm going to move on because I've shown it too many times already, I believe. But nevertheless, I want you to get an understanding of what it is, just in case. So I'm giving you as much information, or maybe more information, than one can hold. But again, this is just for you. My income tax video is a process to explain to you about the self-employment process. That's what we're talking about. You being self-employed and you want to enhance your pay, get a better mental health insurance at a group rate, then this is for you. If you want that, then you're on the way. This is as simple as that. Okay. So in conclusion of me showing you all of these data, 19 is the last one, I believe. I'm going to switch now to this. Look, self-employed and corporate benefits comparisons were made, but there's an $84 trillion transfer that's getting ready to be made, and it's done through a technology, or you may, for another term, software. The technology that's used for you to get your share of the $84.4 trillion as a self-employed individual, you can have that. As a self-employed individual, you can share in the $84.4 trillion. How? Becoming an advocate. So make sure you go to the WTAenrollmentform.com, enroll as a business builder, then you're going to participate in receiving your share of the $84.4 trillion that's being transferred out, and you do it through a software or through the process of technology. That's what we're talking about. You know, AI is a process of technology, but we're not doing it through AI. We're doing it just to show you that it's a software, and that software enables you to participate in your share of the 84.4 trillion. That's a lot of trillions. That's 84 trillion is a lot of trillion. 1 trillion is a lot of trillion, a lot of dollars. But just consider 84 trillion. Now look, Again, I'm just trying to show you. I'm going to get you introduce myself in a minute. I am a tax accountant. I can tell you that right now. But I'm trying to show you now what you need. If you're self-employed, then you have a business. But everybody needs three things, and I'm showing you on the gavel what all three persons, everybody who needs the three things, regardless of who you are, regardless of how much money you make, it doesn't really matter. If you're living or you're paying tax in the United States, these are the three things that you need in order to lower or to reduce your liability. In order to reduce your liability, these are the three things. So make sure you pay attention. But when you go to my income tax video, it's introducing you to Wealth Transfer Alliance. For you to get involved with Wealth Transfer Alliance, you need to do what the handle of the GABA has and go to WTAenrollmentform.com and become a process. Now, this is the last information that I'm going to present. I'm going to now introduce myself. My name is David Richardson, as you can see earlier, but I'm inside of a box. 1 + 1 + 1 really does equal 1. And when you get that understanding of, I can tell you that now, me, myself, and I is just one person. That's me, David, David, I, David. I'm just one individual, me, myself, and I. But I am asking you to trying to think outside of the box. Think outside of the box. Get involved with this process as a self-employed individual, and you're going to make the earnings far, far exceeding what's been illustrated to you if you do what's been recommended for you to do. Now, the only reason that the information that's on the left side is to show you that I do believe that God is my plan A, and I believe that I know myself I've made money my plan B. I got a lot of plans though. That's why I'm trying to ask you to think outside the box, because I have plan B, C, D, E, F, and what I'm working on is going to produce an income for me under the leadership of the one who guides me every day, and that's the Lord God Himself. So my income tax video is going to explain to you what Wealth Transfer Alliance is all about. And we started at the bottom, but at the top, we're telling you the Wealth Transfer Alliance technology is the personal demonstration for you to use that technology in order for you to enhance your self-employment benefits. I want to thank you for letting me spend this time with you. I hope you have a God bless day. All right, this is David bidding you farewell. Bye-bye.